Hi guys, welcome to the beautiful Lake Atitlan. This is the deepest lake in Central America, and you can see two volcanoes right here. This lake used to be a volcanic, well, it is a volcanic crater, which is why it is so deep. And the best thing to do around here is visit all the little towns around the lake. All these towns are known for artisanal products, experiences with the local Maya people, and very cool cooperatives between these very entrepreneurial women. Let's go off and see what this lake and all the little towns have to offer. But first, here is how I got here from Antigua. From Antigua, I took a shuttle for 150 quetzales because otherwise I had to take 4 different chicken buses to get there. We arrived in Panajachel, the main town on the lake, where I stayed at Dreamboat Hostel. The facilities were great and the social vibe even better. It is a bit of a party hostel with events every evening, but you can easily opt out. I loved using the kitchen to prepare my own breakfasts and lunches, and they have a cool rooftop terrace with a view over the surrounding volcanoes and even a swimming pool with a swim-up bar. Panajachel is full of souvenir shops and restaurants. It really does just tailor to tourists because it is a great starting point to explore around the lake. From the public beach, you have a great view over the lake and the surrounding volcanoes. From here, you can take a boat tour or a taxi boat to explore the other towns around the lake. But first, I took advantage of the proximity of the chicken buses to go to Chichicastenango. Hey guys, today we are visiting the market of Chichicastenango. We came here by public transportation, which was super easy. First, we took a chicken bus to Solola, then one to Los Encuentros, and finally a van to Chichicastenango. We paid a total of 17 quetzales for 1.5 hours on the bus. And now we are just walking around the market, seeing all the beautiful artisanal products that they are making and selling, and obviously also a lot of food. On Thursdays and Sundays, this mountain village is transformed into one of the largest outdoor markets in Latin America. It's not only Guatemala's biggest and best market, but also its most historic. On this handicrafts market, you will find pottery, colorful textiles, carved wooden masks, flowers, incense, and other Mayan goods for sale. Halfway through our visit, we refueled at the Villa Cofrades coffee shop, which is located inside the covered market. We have come to check out the local cemetery of the city as well, because it is super colorful and unique. This might be a less obvious stop along our way, but this cemetery has the reputation of being one of the most colorful cemeteries in the world. You can see how Mayan traditions are intertwined with Christian ones, and I like seeing how different people around the world commemorate their loved ones that have passed away. Once we made it back to the market, it was time for lunch, and I can gladly say that the food was safe. We then headed back to where the bus had dropped us off to take the buses back to Pana. The next day was the Mr. Mullet's booze cruise, and a whole group of the hostel were going. You can bring your own booze and snacks, and some drinks are even included. It's a fun way to be reunited with people you met along your trip because everyone who's in the area gathers on this boat. Even Sahar, who I met in Thailand, was taking a Spanish course with Luisa, who I spent time with in Nicaragua and El Salvador. We were back at 3 p.m. and had food before heading off to the after party. Good morning. I have moved to San Pedro for a few nights after the Mr. Mullet's booze cruise. Me and my Dutch friend decided to just rent a private room after the party for 2 nights so that we can also explore the little towns that are closer to San Pedro. So yesterday was the boat party. I didn't film much of it because obviously lots of people in swimwear and drunk and having the time of their lives, they probably don't want all of that on my YouTube video. But today we are feeling quite good even after all those shenanigans, and we are going to visit San Juan and San Miguel and maybe even another town, but for now that's the plan. Let's go! From San Pedro, we walked for about 30 minutes to San Juan, which saved us a boat ride. San Juan has a very authentic feel with indigenous art collectives and Mayan craft shops. The women use only natural dyes and traditional methods. Aside from learning more about the arts and crafts and local products, the town itself is super colorful, and we all know by now how much I love murals. The ones around Lake Atitlan were among some of the best ones I had ever seen. I really love visiting towns on the weekend, especially on Sundays. The towns come to life and I enjoy seeing how the locals like to spend their free time. Like for example, playing this Mayan ball game. The viewpoint, or Mirador, is located on the path up to Indian Nose, which is a popular sunrise hike. However, we were satisfied just soaking up the atmosphere in town. From here, we took a taxi boat to San Marcos. This town attracts a very unique crowd of tourists and backpackers. It is filled with yoga retreats, holistic healing centers, and spirituality is all around. It has become a bit of a modern hippie village. The town isn't very big, but there are some cool shops and places to eat, like Panajachel restaurant, where you support the local community simply by enjoying a meal. We got the taxi boat back to San Pedro, which is the place to be if you want to learn Spanish. The Spanish schools in San Pedro offer a unique immersive homestay experience. And from my experience, I know that's the best possible way to learn. It's also a good way to score a private room as a backpacker who usually stays in hostels, and your meals are included as well. On our second day here, we enjoyed another great breakfast. San Pedro has many great and affordable restaurants. We set off on another walk through town and were surprised about what's hidden behind the main street along the water. We stumbled upon Atlantis Dive, who are the only ones that can take you scuba diving at the sunken Mayan city at the bottom of the lake. In the afternoon, we made our way to Santa Cruz. Another popular hostel is located here called Free Cerveza, but my friend was going to stay at La Iguana Perdida. If you are looking for an oasis of peace, you are guaranteed to find it along this lake. This hostel had such a relaxed vibe, and I wish I had more time to stay in every town around the lake for a few days. My friend and I had a little aperitivo, joined by the dogs of the hostel, and enjoying the view over the lake before taking the last taxi boat at 5 p.m. Another popular activity is hiking the San Pedro volcano, but I had to make my way back to Antigua to hike the Chichicastenango volcano. I got the shuttle back and had to power through the 3 hours of winding roads through the mountains once again. That is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you're interested in also seeing what I get up to in the next countries, Belize and Mexico, then definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!